cards out on the table when the game's not over and you're not in the advantage area. So Wiseye now knows about that push that's coming in and throwing down a third barracks. Or third bunker, sorry. And
is he placing it in the correct position? And the answer is no. But is he going to be able to take this? Well, he might just be able to. If he catches in time and he pulls all of his SCVs and all of his tanks and all of his Marines, he could be able... And you know what? He's going to be spotting it, but because he feels that there's something fishy right there. And he spots this. How is he going to react? He pushes everything out. He pulls all the Marines out of there. He's trying to save his tank. Is he going to lose that tank? Yes, he is going to lose his tank. Those SCVs being microed and trying to kill a lot of stuff.
Oh, man.
Zealots being microed. This is actually being turned. The table is turned.
This is a powerful attack from Zayna here, as Zayna is doing some heavy damage, taking out all of those Marines. Only one tank. Let's take a look at that unit counting station. Only 11 Marines left right now for Wiseye.
They are as bunker.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. The bunkers are going down quite fast. These SCVs here are repairing it. There is this Immortal out doing some damage, taking some heavy shots, though. Going down, lost all of his shield.
The SCV's coming down right now. He might actually be able to save himself from this push. And you know what? He is behind right now.
He saves himself from that push, but yes, definitely behind.
Yeah, he is getting another tank, however. Is he going to get the siege tech? No, he isn't. He's got a starport up, but it's not going to be useful at this stage. And oh my God, that command center placement is awful. I'm not really sure if that is by mistake or if he's intending to do that.
It's kind of a LOL expansion, as we saw before. Yes, LOL expansion, as it's probably not the best. Nice force field going off, causing the bunker's destruction there. As these forces continue to do heavy damage, trying to deal it to that tank with that Immortal. The Immortal will go down, and Zayna will lose the rest of her forces here as he moves that those 3 Stalkers back off, and more Stalkers are being warped in as of now. Only 1 base on the 3 gate and 1 Robo. I don't know, man. Wiseye is only on the 1 base now as well.
Yeah. This is not looking good. Oh, Zayna making the same mistake again. She is going up that choke. She shouldn't be engaging in chokes. What I think she should be, she's intent on ending this game, and she should be trying to expand while she's got him contained. Wiseye is getting more SCVs. They're still on equal food. That tank is misride, but he comes back. He realizes he's been misrallied. A 3rd tank coming out. And how many Immortals are there? There's 1 Immortal, but an Immortal really damages a tank. And you know what? Zayna finally listens to reason, and she gets an expansion. She knows she's in a better position now. Very interesting back and forth. I feel bad for Wiseye, but you know what? He's going in for a drop with 8 Marines. So we should be whispering now. I made a bit of a mistake there. And Siege Tech is coming up, which Wiseye doesn't like to do early on in the game. And he pulls all of his SCVs again because he knows what's coming. Again, that Stalker moves up and he sees SCVs coming up. And several other force fields. If this push fails, Zayna might actually end up being in a very bad position because that siege tech is going to be ready. The drop is going to be damaging that Nexus. Is it going to be able to take it down in time though? Stalkers are being pulled back, and Wiseye decides, no, I'm just going to go for the main. You've got an expansion, fine with me.
I lolled at myself as I was on mute there trying to talk back, but not being able to. We do see these Marines now dropping in the main base, taking out more of these probes. Now, one thing that worries me about Zayna's play is Zayna has cut probe production for the aggression that she has been mounting, and because of that, down to 18 probes. Compared, did I say drones? I think I did, but I meant probes, guys. All right, I'm not that much of a nude. We do see that Wiseye laying down that natural expansion, finally
and getting a Banshee,
getting it out. And yes, the Banshee, 1 Banshee is out on the field. Cloak is not going down, but that Banshee may be able to pull off some heavy damage here, as Zayna really doesn't have anything to defend against it. As that natural expansion just now finished, half of the shields are taken out from that natural. We see a lot of mules going down as these 3 mules get put on the field here. Let's go and take a look at their economies respectively. We are going to see Wiseye start to take the lead in the economy as he starts to fortify up, because there's a little bit of a push coming across the field.
And you know what? That Banshee is going to either pull her back or she's going to lose this game. 2 bunkers up again. And he does pull back. Zayna does pull back. Wiseye is locking Zayna in her own position. He's not allowing her to move in comfortably in the map. And he's buying himself time. Those siege tanks are sieged up. 3 siege tanks that are sieged up and 1 that is not unsieged. and the bunkers just repelled that attack, and that Banshee did a lot of not a lot of damage in turn. It's repelled a lot of mining, and it's going to take out the Stalker as well, so it's going to get 2 kills. No, it's going to be taken out right now. Wiseye is very careful, he pulls it back up. This is a very, very, very interesting game. I am so happy we took this game, man. A Raven as well on the field. Wiseye is not taking any chances. He is very off his normal build, but he's reacting very well.
They're starting to amass the macro type of game that we normally see when it gets this deep into the game here. So it's nice to see that they're both able to come back at each other and fight back and forth on this. We've seen some very great plays from these players that people may not know too much of. We do see more and more Hellions on their way out from Wiseye, as Wiseye likes to use that strategy, apparently. Now also lifting off that starport and building a factory on that tech lab to start producing more and more heavy metal.
Ooh, the Observer falling, and Zayna does see that pylon, but he does pull back because he sees a push. But you know what? Again, those Blue Flame Hellions are going to be doing a lot of damage. Blue Flame is just completed. Those 3 Hellions are poised there, and there's nothing defending all those workers. They're going to burn.
They will burn for sure. As these Hellions move into the back of the mineral line, right into the middle of the mineral line here, they're going to do some heavy damage as these probes get sent off. They deal out some heavy shots to those probes, going right up the ramp, trying to get as many shots down on those probes that they can, bringing the numbers down to 35 probes on one base mainly here, and Zayna is going to need to continue up with that macro there. I'll say Wiseye, he could definitely take the lead here and take the win as long as he continues with his with good macro and keeping up with the minimal harassment. By keeping up that harassment, he's going to be able to minimize what Zayna is going to be able to do. And actually, Zayna is quite supply blocked at the moment, needing to throw down like 3 pylons here. Looks like 2 of them are on their way to stop that supply block.
Yeah, and an armory being put down for the upgrade. He is getting his +1 weapon upgrade. This is a sign of a very good player. He's been put under a lot of pressure, and he is reacting perfectly. And although he had to deviate his build a lot, he is moving back on track onto what he wants to do. So he's not letting the game dictate what he's doing. And you know what? There's another drop incoming. I'm telling you, this guy is amazing. I'm loving this play, man. I think I'm going to switch to this build. And you know what? That Banshee's alive too. Oh my god.
And yeah, that this dropship full of Hellions is just going to provide more and more harassment on the mineral line of Zayna. And, with Zayna only being on the 2 bases and with the minimal probes, well, looking like 45, looks like it has caught up with the SCV count. But the fact of the matter is this harassment's very mean, and it's doing a lot of freaking damage, and it's causing Zayna to be a little bit behind.
Ooh, more probes being roasted there. Oh my god, he's put her down to 33 again, and he's spotted the Colossi, so he knows what's coming, and he doesn't care about pulling that stuff out anymore. He's just going, I'm just going to burn as much as I can. He takes her down to 31 probes again. And Zayna is panicking. She's missing a few probes. She has to think hard before she takes stuff. She's going to try and take the gold standard. And you know what? She is late on an expo because Wiseye is already 70 or 80% done with his expo.
That's right.
And he's going to take down another probe in the Zalnaga Tower. He's going to see everything. And is he going to pull back? Yes, he saves that Hellion. But that Banshee is still forgotten in the back.
That's right. That Banshee is just hanging out back there, sitting on the 40 health. Now it looks like a Nexus on the way down as Torre gets a little bit of lag. Ooh, boy. No good for the observers today as BattleNet seems to be having a little bit of issues. But Zayna throwing down that high yield. That's right, guys. Gold standard on the way. We'll see if Zayna is going to be able to hold it. I'll tell you, if Zayna does hold that high yield and transfer a bunch of probes to that high yield and continue on the macro, it could very well catch up in this game and take the lead very soon. We'll see, but there is a lot of heavy metal out from Wiseye as he has all these tanks upgraded +1 on their attack and 2 more factories on their way out.
Yeah, Wiseye takes the gold standard as well, man, and he is going to decide he's going to move out with those siege tanks, which leaves his planetary fortress undefended until it's ready. He throws a very good scan. He knows there's a gold. He's going to move into position. Is he going to siege up right there? Is he going to be... Yes, he is going to move up. Is he going to siege in time, though? That's a question. Yes, he does. Oh my god, those Blue Flame Hellions are going to be doing damage. Look at that siege tank Oh my
man.
god. It's melting everything.
That's right.
And the point defense on, and there we go, the GG.
The GG does get called just as that high yield finishes up, and it looks like Wiseye will take the win once again and push forward in the Craftcup Lite. Here's another Terran win for you, folks.
Because here we are in the mouth of hell.
Wow.
And we made
That
it
was
this far.
fun, man.
leaning
I'm
on each
so
other.
happy we're in this game.
Whether it's blind luck or
Fantastic.
damn
Yeah, it was a
fool
lot of fun.
courage. In all my years, I've never seen anything like what you two jokers have pulled off.
So there we have it. Terran takes the win, takes the victory. Wiseye pushes forward, and we've got Fire Silver throwing out an
He throws out the crowd goes wild. So basically, again, probably the worst timing ever known to man. I said to Colleen, just go, it's lasted too long, but no. As soon as they went, GG is called on the stream, so now you can join in on this. And we can get into the Colleen versus Unix game.
Round of applause to Fire Silver for making sure to get us into this game. Good job, man. We've got another non-stop action game for you as I wave my hands wildly in front of the camera, driving you all insane, I'm sure. And look at that, Fire Silver. It's not a freaking mirror. You're safe for now.
I know. I'm so glad these guys waited. A big thanks to them. Colleen versus Unix. Lots to talk about the new patch, and the game will begin in 5 seconds. PVT Zelnaga Caverns.
All right, everybody, welcome, and thanks for joining us here at Imbalance.tv. We've got Fire Silver and me, MC Devs, here to cast this next game of the EU Craftcup Lite number 56. And let's go ahead and take a look at the opponents that we've got going on against each other here. We've got Kaylin coming from Bulgaria and spawning down at the bottom of Zelnaga Caverns as the blue Protoss. And up here at the top is the yellow Terran being piloted by Unix. And I'm very happy to be here, Fire Silver. I hope you're equally as happy or happier. And let's go ahead and bring these people some more action and some more excitement into their days, because we know you guys can't survive without a little bit of Imba TV action.
Absolutely, and you know, I kind of held on to this like the sinking ship of the Titanic to try and get you guys this game, as I know you guys really wanted it. So, you know, Kalin, I thought maybe he was going to go to 10 probes there, maybe try some proxy business, but no, Kalin going to be going with the 9 pylon. Unix having the weird supply depot placement, going to help him out in the mid game for any sort of proxy pylon war pins to the high ground, but Kalin is going to be scouting at 9 supply, so, you know, not feeling as safe as he usually is, but maybe that's become his thing when he plays Protoss nowadays, is to scout, because he didn't usually do it. But Unix going with the barracks on 12, a 12 gateway as well from Kalin, so both players going with, you know, the most standard opener. None of them trying to go for the more slightly eco advantage, going for the kind of really safe, cheese-proof opener. But it seems like Unix is going to be going for a 13 refinery, and Kalin is going to see that, and that's going to roll out a couple of builds, and that's definitely going to help him decide which build he wants to go with to open up this game versus Unix. And it seems like Kalin is going to go for a 14 assimilator, as he does get this 16 pylon on. Wow, Kalin pulling all of his probes.
Yeah.
He doesn't like SCVs whatsoever. So he wants to get that out, but doesn't manage to. The gateway has completed, but because he pulled them off, Duffs, it's going to be a few seconds late there, getting that cybernetics core down, but I'm sure nothing that's game breaking. And Kalin with the gas steal. He doesn't want any cloak banshees in his base.
Take that, my assimilator, man. All right, you get out of here with that, and that probe leaves the base.